Today I'm in Fairbury, Nebraska. This is the small town I grew up in, here for a family wedding. And this beautiful Sunday morning, I'm walking around town and really enjoying this really cute town. Behind me is the courthouse. This is the second one here. It's a Richardson Romanesque style. Fairbury's the county seat. This is a really cute town. I didn't fully appreciate it as much when I was growing up. Kids never do. As an adult, I've learned to love it more. It's got really great brick streets. It's got amazing houses. It's a cute little town, and I'm glad to see it starting to get a little bit more life and stuff now. I really love the square, the downtown square. Look at that building behind me. If you can see, the building at the top says 1889. That means in this little town, it probably did not have electricity and did not have indoor plumbing. So they were pooping in the alley. So it's funny when you think about how many buildings are still standing that did not have even close to modern conveniences. One of the homes that I grew up in was this Italianate here on 3rd Street. I didn't realize how historic it was at the time, and it's somebody's home, so I'm kind of covering it up. But yeah, you can see there's really cool brackets in the top. It's a pretty historic home. After looking at it, knowing what I do now, this house was built probably somewhere in the 1870s, maybe 1872, somewhere in there. Again, no plumbing, no electricity. I lived in 2 different houses in Fairbury, the one I showed you, and behind me, this one is now gone. But when I was a kid, and this is when I was younger, we were right across from the train station, and that was really cool. Now, it was abandoned at the time, and it's been totally fixed up, and it's beautiful. It's a museum now. But back then, it was a scary, boarded up, abandoned railroad station that I looked at all the time. And of course, my friends and I had to go check it out once in a while. And I know it just looks like a scary old haunted house, but look at that. Look at the brackets way up there. This is a classic Italianate home. Fairbury has a lot of Italianate homes. It really boomed in the 1870s. It's a railroad town. It connected St. Joe, Missouri to Denver. And also it is named after Fairbury, Illinois. The original founder came from there and liked the name. And I like the name too. It's cute. It's kind of like Mayberry, Fairbury. Look at the porch columns on that classic Queen Anne. Isn't that beautiful? And the double door entry. Oh, God, I love old houses. And this is a classic Tudor revival. Just absolutely beautiful. So stately, sitting up here on the hill with the brick wall. Wow. Look at this giant Queen Anne. Look how deep it goes. Look at the finial at the top. You can almost hear it crying, begging for its front porch floor back. Oh man, look at that. And then there's this just beautiful classic 4-square. Stately and high, sitting on the corner. And I love so many of Fairbury's houses have these little curb walls. Wow. That is a really cute library, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, look at that, the cats. Like so many kids of my generation, I had several jobs in high school, and one of them was the Bonham Theater, and I loved that job. I was a projectionist. I was terrible at it. That was back when you would get the plates of film, and you'd have to splice them together on the platters, and I messed it up several times, and people would come out of the theater very confused. They shouldn't put children in charge of that. Anyway, that is just such a great building. It's been restored, and used to be a Broadway vaudeville theater, and now it's a movie theater. 2 screens, I think, still. It's a really cool little town mural showing what Fairbury used to be like, showing some vibrance back in the day. And I love this part right here. And if you look up there in the window, it says Dr. Banks. Dr. Banks was the town dentist for many, many years. He retired before he was my dentist, but one of my high school jobs was I got to take care of him on the weekends just a little bit. He had a beautiful Cadillac, and he would give me the keys. I was like 16 years old, and I would take him for rides for hours. We would drive all around small towns and out in the country, and he just wanted to talk and tell me stories about Fairbury and years of the past. So I really love Dr. Banks, and I got to know him. I believe that pretty much everybody has one house when they go back to their hometown. It's the one house that they got to drive by. It makes their heart melt, the one they dream about, the one they would move back to their hometown for. And for me, it's this one. I mean, my God, look at that thing. And look at that oval window. I mean, come on. Well, that pretty much concludes my tour of Fairbury. I come here a couple times a year to visit family, and it's just a great town, and it's where I fell in love with old houses and history. And before I sign off, I want to say congratulations to Natasha and Daryl. I'm very happy for you and your new family.